An exciting session is concluding in Alberta's legislature today. That started with a throne speech in Budget 2022, which theme was focusing on moving forward, focusing on improving the healthcare system, accelerating Alberta's economic recovery, and improving the life for Alberta families. And this government accomplished that this session. From the Red Deer Hospital expansion to the 100 new EMS units announced just yesterday, this government is responding to the needs of Albertans. At the same time, this government produced Alberta's first balanced budget in a decade, and the economy is back on track, poised to lead the country in growth this year, while attracting massive investment in aerospace, logistics, venture capital, and manufacturing, while positioning Alberta for further investment in hydrogen, tourism, hemp, and film and television. Announcements like the de Havilland manufacturing water bombers near Calgary, the Unity and Pace bringing new offices to Alberta, Inca Renew Tech processing hemp at a new facility in Vegreville, several value-added agriculture processing facilities across rural Alberta, and more film and television series like the 5th season of Fargo. This government also announced a major investment in the Hydrogen Centre of Excellence that will provide a place for Alberta for piloting and commercializing the growing hydrogen industry in our province. It's important to note that through all of this hard work, Alberta has recovered the jobs lost in spring of 2015 under the disastrous reign of Rachel Notley and the NDP. During this session, the government oversaw an ambitious legislative agenda aimed at honoring all of the promises that we made to Albertans when we were elected in 2019. This definitely is not a caretaking government. The Premier has been clear that his government, Alberta's government, will focus over the coming months on completing the mandate that we were given by Albertans and the remaining platform commitments that we committed to Albertans to completing. As for leaving session early, we have passed unprecedented amount of legislation, 137 bills in 3 years. We had a very significant legislative session. This session alone, I just went through some of the acts that are significant. We also passed a budget in this legislative session. We're past the May long weekend and frankly have completed more than I anticipated that we would complete this spring. And it's time to get MLAs back to their constituents, particularly as we move out of the COVID era, to spend some time with Albertans to understand what they would like to see from the upcoming fall legislative session, the next direction of government. But Alberta's government will continue to be in the driver's seat, defending Albertans, making sure that we're moving forward with policy that's going to focus on getting Albertans back to work, dealing with things like inflation and issues that are raising the cost of living for Albertans. And again, another example of that will be I'll be back in Washington in a couple of weeks with Minister Savage, continuing the great work that was done down there last 2 weeks ago to be able to move forward with strong conversations happening around the use of our energy for national security issues in both the United States and Canada. And you're going to continue to see that level of activity from the government as we also go through a leadership process to elect who will be the next Premier of Alberta.